That noise you are hearing is me using an air blower to clean up some dust off of my keyboard and my computer area because I was just cleaning some other stuff and it just got everything dirty over here. So yeah,
You thirsty,
I'm
partner?
not really gonna do too much craziness. This is just a continuation of the story. I'm already running an ad. I'm not really going to put the BRB screen up or anything like that. I'm just going to kind of jump into it. Thank you for the hydrate. I already drank something, so consider it redeemed. And yeah, no, hope Need for Speed was going well for you. Not a big racing game like that. I used to play them when I was younger, but I can appreciate how good they are for what they are for. All right, let's get started. All right, so we're just going to jump right into it. We're starting on chapter 10. From the progress that we had yesterday, we will be picking up from where we left off. The sewers in which we were just dumped off of by Corneo after we cornered him with Cloud, Tifa, and Aerith in the Wall City Market. So yeah, and this is now the cutscene that picks up after they get dumped off in the sewers by him, and they discover that he, according to rumors, is informed that they are going to be dropping the plate on Sector 7, which means they're going to be destroying people's homes and trying to blame it on the quote unquote terrorist group that the team starts off basically being. Uh, and again, video games because of how interesting things are. But yeah, we're jumping right into it. Let me just make sure everything is going on all three stream sections because I've got this going on YouTube as well. So anybody on YouTube, thank you for stopping by. I don't really pay attention to that chat that much, but I'm going to begin to, because it is on another streaming resource. I'm just adjusting some volume levels on everything on my end so that I can make sure everything's going well. Oh, and thank you for stopping by, Flargus. The little dude is just a chicken nugget I found on online. Um, Nothing special. I just wanted to change up the. Avatar that I use. I forgot to change it out on the ending scene though, so when I use the ending scene, the old one that I was using is still there. But I do need to fix that too at some point. Let me just see if I can adjust this. There we go. All right, and that's that. And yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was between the little chicken nugget and bird, but I do have both, so I'll at some point I'll probably swap out between the three, and you'll like to see different variations of the little things that I'm using there. Just because I haven't had one made for myself yet, or haven't bothered to make one for myself, so I'm just kind of finding what I can off the internet that is kind of free clip art that I can kind of just rip off. So yeah, continuing from chapter 10. I'm gonna shut up for a second so I can let the cutscene play out. Uh,
Are we on schedule?
The Turks are on top of it. Yes, there will be no delays.
Please, Mr. President, I am asking you to reconsider. No, begging. The Sector 7 Undercity is home to more than 50,000...
Director Twisty.
At least let us issue a warning, sir.
The stench of the director's cowardice fills the room yet again.
Breathe. Progress requires...
I'm pretty sure I already ran an ad when I started this thing, so I don't know why it's asking me to run another one. And no problem, Flargus. Thank you for stopping by. And also to you, Thunder, for stopping by. Really appreciate you guys. Also, just blanket statement. If I ever refer to anyone as you guys, bro, dude, it's not because I'm misgendering anyone. Not because anyone has brought this up to me or anything. It's just something that I notice I do, and I don't ever want anyone to feel like I'm misgendering them. I call everybody dude, bro, and guys, just because I used to swear like a sailor, and so that's my replacement for swearing in some of my sentences, is saying bro or dude or guys. It's just easier for me to say those things than revert to the swearing that I use because I worked in a school for a long time, and so I had to like cut down on how bad my language was. So yeah, it's just kind of a blanket statement way that I use now of communicating so that I don't slip into sailor mouth right away.
Aerith.
Cloud. We have to get to Sector 7.
Yeah.
That bastard!
So the goal for this small stream is to try to complete chapter 10, maybe complete chapter 11 if possible, or at least get halfway into chapter 11 before I gotta like wrap up, and then I'll be back on for my normal scheduled time. I keep saying that, and then I don't actually go on for my normal scheduled time. I'll be back online again playing this game. I just don't know when. I don't want to keep saying exactly when I will be if I haven't actually been sticking to my schedule, which has been pretty bad of me since I made a schedule for a reason.
Did he go?
You bet! Bring it on!
Let's do it.
Just go away!
Never again. Try me.
One more shot!
Let's finish.
This one's for you!
Shit. No holding back.
Okay. This fight was pretty frustrating to deal with in the original game. I'm actually glad I got to play the quote-unquote remaster of the original game that they did, or like the re-release of the original game that they did, the PS1 version, because it has like a turbo mode in it, which makes everything go way faster. It just, I don't know, it brings the game up to a little bit of a modern speed, which is nice.
There it goes. Do you think it lives down here, or...?
It was probably Corneo's pet. And we were dinner.
Hey, you don't believe that crazy story of his, do you? Shinra wouldn't sacrifice a whole sector just to take out Avalanche, would they? Destroying part of the city, killing all those people just to get at us?
I don't know. Is Corneo the kind of guy who'd make up shit just to screw with you?
I wouldn't put it past him.
But if he was telling the truth, and there's still a chance, we should go. And if it turns out he was lying, then so what, right?
These tunnels are all connected.
Sorry, so I guess this thing really wants to run this ad. I'm gonna let it run a minute ad, just so that I can push off not having to click on this again. Because I swear I ran an ad at the beginning of this. I'm pretty certain I did. I don't like doing gameplay while there's an ad running, but at the same time I'm streaming on YouTube, and YouTube view doesn't have ads, so they can't see that, so it would kind of be stupid of me to stop, in a sense. Well, not stupid. That's a terrible choice of words. It would be silly of me to stop, but also, I shouldn't stop. I should also shut up if I want to actually listen to what they're saying.
An avalanche. We use them to move around the Undercity in emergencies.
Sure we're not...
Positive. Way just up ahead. Let's find that first.
Lead the way.
Give me a second though. I do need a. I just noticed. Oh shit! Fight. Just noticed something was off on my sound on my end. I'm hearing some weird feedback. I hope it's not coming through on the actual stream, but I'm hearing some feedback. Let me just do this real quick. Alright, I think we're good now. Yeah, I don't hear it anymore. Let's see, what can I get away with? Only a 41 drop, 31 drop, but a 37 increase, 25 increase. Yeah, I'm gonna swap these out. I want to use the original one anyways. Yo, thank you for stopping by, Aaron. Hope you're doing well. This is a very, very tiny stream in the sense of like once I hit the hour-ish mark, I'm out because I gotta go do something. But I wanted to at least get this chapter done on stream because I finally fucking. So I will be. All right, I'm not making empty promises. I'm probably gonna try to stream tonight for my normal scheduled time. Thing is that the way things have been working is just they haven't, and so I'm just kind of popping in when I can just to get the time in, basically. So maybe I'll stream tonight normally, and I will continue this game after this chapter where we leave off on today. But this is just a short stream because also when I shut off my stream yesterday, it deleted all 6 hours of gameplay. Still pretty pissed about that, but I'll get over it. That's not the worst part. The worst part is that I was playing this game on hard mode because I wanted to get something done, and come to find out there's no reason for me to be playing this game on hard mode. So I was killing myself for nothing. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Then thank you for the support as always. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Hope your day's going well. And looking forward to your next stream. And you know, it's cathartic using that reward on your thing sometimes because it's very funny to just hear it out loud. And then seeing other people, and also if I can just terrify someone in the most innocent way possible, why not? Yeah, but I saw you and Bun playing Outlast Trials last time, and that game is fucking gruesome, man.
Really dark.
I'm sure we'll be fine. Come on.
Assuming Corneo was telling us the truth, what do you think Shinra's really up to? I mean, they've got to have an endgame. But I can't imagine.
Definitely something to watch, but I don't think I can play that myself.
Just to get back at us doesn't make any kind of sense.
Yeah.
Just one of those, like, it's like the Resident Evil games and like Dead by Daylight. I'd rather watch them than actually play
Corneo's
them.
lying. He's gotta be. Guys like him do it all the time.
Locked up tight.
But not if we use the skeleton key Jesse made.
No idea. I
Does
just
this mean it's in the water?
no idea.
We'll see.
I've never had the desire to want to play those games. None of them ever caught my like attention to want to play them, if that makes sense. It's like how I play shooters that aren't regular shooters of like Call of Duty style and stuff like that. Like I don't know, I'll play something if it's like Halo-esque or like Doom and stuff like that. But it's just, but I'll watch other people play it. Just something never doesn't call it to me. Am I going in a circle? I think I did just go in a circle. I went in a circle. Alright. But yeah, we're just popping in, doing a short thing, catching up on chapter 10 of this game. I realized, so off stream, I thought I had the bright idea. I had to catch up to my save file because of how it got deleted. And then I thought, well, I don't think I want to play hard mode on stream. This is taking way too much time. I already made that mistake with the Star Wars game, and I should have learned my lesson, and I didn't.
It's an antique.
And the only reason that playing a hard game worked with Elden Ring for me was because I cheesed the fuck out of every broken bug that game had on release. Beat the game and then never touched it again until I heard that there was DLC on the way. So I had an unfair advantage. I still have an unfair advantage when I load that game up until they actually fix everything in the DLC, which I'm upset about. Because I read the patch notes, it looks like they realized people like myself got away with cheesing the game and keeping some of that stuff, and now they're actually cleaning it all up, which I have mixed feelings about, but as someone who pays attention to how people in that field work, it's understandable. But not to get off on a tangent, playing hard mode was a terrible idea, because when I went to the last chapter, I was like, let me do this hard mode fight off stream so that I can just play the game on easy or normal mode all the way through for the story purpose. I'm tired of killing myself over here, like just like dying to the dumbest thing in the last minute when whatever I'm fighting has like a smidge of health left. Load up the last chapter to find out that there's no way I can actually beat this game on hard mode. The first fight is a 3-way fight with things that are taller than the TV screen that I'm playing on, basically. Like, they don't fit on the screen from how big they are. And for an hour long of me swinging around and trying to kill something, I didn't do anything. Like, there was no damage done to their health. So, yeah, I just made the decision to fucking just finish this game on normal mode. Appreciate the story for what it is, because I do like the story. And then I'm gonna probably stream on a regular stream, like, to clean up out of my backlog. I'm probably gonna play 2016's Doom next. Just because I saw that there was a new Doom coming out next year. I have Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. I've been playing Destiny, but I'm pretty sure I don't want to like burn myself out on playing that on either. So I figured if I want to kind of play something that I know will keep me awake-ish at the time that I stream, and from what I noticed, playing Destiny has helped my reaction speed in fighting games, so why not play another shooter game that I may enjoy. So, and it kind of goes into a horror-ish theme, so yeah, why not? Oh shit, don't gotta be rude. You can say, excuse me, ma'am. Oh shit, huh. I just realized something. Cloud wears his sword with the blade facing to the left arm. Zack wears it the opposite way.
Once we cross over, we can start looking for a way back to the surface.
Huh.
Might be harder than you think.
Let's just try to make our way down this tunnel. See if we can't use
It probably doesn't mean anything, it's just something I realized.
We can do this.
Now, after
We'll figure it out.
looking at
Yeah,
picture of the of the newer games title card where they're both standing with their swords on their back. They both have the same sword, but it's in opposite directions. Hand orientation, most likely. I'm going on a tangent.
And we're safe.
Oh, and once we are done with this main story, or actually, I'm thinking about how to tackle it. There's DLC where you play as Yuffie, and she's a very fun character to play as, and it makes sense to see where her story falls in the chapters of this. So I don't know if I want to stop at the chapter where basically her DLC will end, to then play her DLC on stream and then continue the story regularly and finish out the game, or finish out the game and then do her DLC. Not sure yet, because we're closing in basically on the chapter where her part of the story would end in this story, which is a really nice touch that they did that and actually gave us a DLC of Yuffie, because one, she plays extremely fun, and two, there's a lot of information that you don't get, and there's a lot of gaps in the original game from the 90s to how they really gave detail on everything that is in this game. And so you can appreciate the fact that even though this game is technically a 30-hour game, which is only covering 5 hours of the original, Yuffie's story actually brings in more information about what's going on and how these characters got to where they are, or things that happen kind of in the side where that just kind of gets skipped and you don't really see, or you don't really get any sense out of. Like, one of the things that they mention in the story is oh, there are other branches of the quote-unquote terrorist group that they're a part of, Avalanche, but you don't ever see any of them. And then in Yuffie's DLC, it actually explains what's going on there, and you get to interact with those characters and whatnot. Am I supposed to clear that out, or am I supposed to walk on that? Walk on it. Okay. But yeah, I appreciate when writers and developers, hey Neil, thank you for the lyric. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by. But I can appreciate when developers and story writers have the sense to, or not sense, that's a terrible way to put it. They have the wherewithal to go back into their stories and be able to say, hey, we missed this, or we didn't really go through this very well. Let's flesh it out in a way that makes sense and not just shoehorn something in for the sake of content.
That's a win.
Okay. I'm just keeping an eye on the time. This is going to be a kind of a short stream. The idea is to just basically at least finish this chapter before I jump offline, but also I can only go on for so long because I gotta go, cook and be a family man and stuff. And then I'll hopefully be on my normal time around midnight Eastern time. I'm not making any promises.
I'll go first. Okay?
Because again, the way that things have been working, just
Damn it.
I'm
I can't
so
stop thinking about what Corneo said.
I get so
Me too.
caught up in other stuff, and then I just end up forgetting that I got to do something and whatnot. So
There's no way they go that
big
far.
guile energy.
But
No, yeah. Oh, right.
we have to get there in time to stop it. We have to.
Yeah, I guess it's just, what's really funny is, as a person that plays Street Fighter avidly, I fucking hate Guile as a character to fight against. As a story character and whatnot, he's great. I hate having to fight against Guile players though. Mainly also because I play the poster boy for the past 30 something years until
On
they
my way.
decided to replace him with Sagat's replacement. I play Ryu, which isn't a good matchup against Guile. So, I actually haven't played Street Fighter in a while because I had to clear out all my storage for other games to be able to play other stuff and like catch up to the games that I keep buying and not finishing.
That was
Which
close.
last time I played Street Fighter, I lost 50 games in a row
Least I could do.
and only won 2,
Hear that, Cloud?
and that was in the span of 4 hours.
Come on.
So I'm not worried about losing, but I just know that if that was my experience with that game the last time I played it, and that was like about maybe a week or two ago, I'm 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 definitely gonna need to practice a lot before I like properly play anything of Street Fighter. And
Focus.
the thing is, the new characters released in Street Fighter and in Guilty Gear, and I covered playing them, and I like learned how to play them, and then
The future isn't
the thing is that there's
set
like
in stone.
an oversaturation of players. Jesus, sorry for that. I had an alarm go off to remind me of something.
How about this then? Think of something fun. After saving Sector 7, you're gonna...
When new characters release in fighting games, you deal with basically the fact that everybody plays. Yeah, I put an alarm on for something to remind myself of something. Just went off in my face and I completely forgot.
Coasters.
Can I come?
You'd better.
But yeah, mirror matches where you basically play the same character as your opponent.
Carry all our stuff.
That happens a lot when new characters release. I'm not a big fan of it because it doesn't help me learn how to deal with the characters that I need to be able to deal with competitively when I try to play against people online. My local scene doesn't really have a local scene of fighting games, so unfortunately I'm forced to play online for the most part. Which isn't a bad thing. They have rollback netcode, and it's like one of the best netcodes that I've had experienced in any online game in the past, I want to say 5 years that I've played like multiplayer games more frequently.
Sorry about that.
No need to be...
But mirror matches can tend to be annoying because you don't really, while you learn how to deal with your own character and you learn new things from other people that are playing the same character, it doesn't help you learn how to deal with the characters that you normally struggle with and with characters that you will run into in competitive play. Because I was playing in tournaments, I haven't played in one in a long time, and so I need to. And again, this channel was originally supposed to be a fighting game channel, and I just haven't kept up with that. And I also haven't kept up with my normal schedule, and I also haven't kept up with anything. I have good excuse though. I take classes on the side while I'm looking for work and stuff, and so sometimes I just get really caught up in the projects that I'm doing. And yeah. And then I just feel so drained afterwards. And then at the same time, when I go online, so many other people that I like to like watch and tune into go online at the same time, and then I'm just like, well, then I can't really watch them. So like, I'll just wait a bit. And then waiting a bit turns into like waiting a lot, and then I'm just like, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. And tomorrow comes, and then I never do it, and so on and so on. And that's been my past 7 days. So. I should probably be using the map to see where I'm going.
Get back.
I can fight too.
Enough. Let's do it. See ya.
Yeah, it's like everybody that's playing an interesting game that I want to watch goes online at the same time, or just like hanging out at the same time. So it's just like, okay, well, I guess it's just the like just there's something more interesting than myself going on at the moment, because I don't find myself very interesting to listen to either way. So, and that's not downplaying anything. I'm not trying to like do the pity party thing. It's just like there's so many like Like you're playing a game that I thought was Genshin Impact. You're playing Wuthering Waves. And recently you're playing Final Fantasy 14. And I was watching your game the other day, and I'm just like, yo, this is so fucking cool. And I had my console like on, and I was gonna play something, but I'm just like, fucking, I'm watching your game instead. And this is like really fucking cool. And then Hailey and Nikki was playing Breath of the Wild, and they just reminded me basically by watching them and Damien stream that you can dye your clothes in that game the same way you can in Tears of the Kingdom. And so like I went and grabbed my Switch and loaded the whole game up, and I'm just like basically like just hanging out and just listening to stuff and watching, just like, you know.
Hello there.
And then I'll fall asleep. Oh, we actually have a your command, just with an R, and it'll actually make a sound. I do have to fix it to make a visual. I just haven't figured that one out yet.
Here goes. So long. That's that.
Not bad.
R. Did my okay? You will all have to forgive me. I have what I believe is a speech impediment. I never got it checked or anything, but sometimes when I speak, it feels like my voice cuts out, and I may be saying the word, but I don't know if I did. So sometimes I'll repeat it, or sometimes it'll sound like I didn't say the full word. So if it ever sounds like I don't say the word or something, or it ever sounds like I'm cutting off, or like for anything, or yeah, you'll get me for that. Okay, there you go. Loud. Yeah, I have to fix the volume levels on them. Could be where the original sound came from though too, because that was pretty loud when I recorded it. Where am I going? Do apologize if that volume level was a little bit too loud. And for any of the redeems or anything like of the such, I still haven't been able to. There's a lot of volume stages on all the stuff that I use, so I need to figure out what the sweet spot for listening when I'm testing is, so that I know what the audio that the listener is going to get. I'm really sorry about that. The other thing is I may not know how loud it is because I have a volume control directly on my headphones, separate to the volume control on the computer, separate to the volume control on everything else that you basically would control the volume from. So I do apologize for that. Rock Band. Nice.
Guys, Seventh Heaven's what?
Hey, Cloud. You want to give it a try?
This ought to drain the water. Right?
No luck?
Must be busted.
A red light indicates a blockage, apparently. We can use the hand pump to clear the blockage. Sounds about right. I remember having to do this at the bar before.
I think somehow I got Guitar Hero 3 without actually having the peripheral for it.
Wait.
And so that game, I just played it on an Xbox 360 remote until like I ended up finally getting one at some point later on. That's pretty cool though. Those games were pretty awesome.
So maybe this is a little different from the one at the bar. More industrial?
Here goes.
What am I doing here? Oh, I see what I'm doing. And I got a real drum set with sensors, but I won't be able to set that up. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, I see what I'm doing wrong.
Keep calm.
We gotta do this 3 times?
All good.
Can I skip this minigame? No, you can't. Damn.
That went well.
And... Nope, not fast enough? Okay.
Okay.
I definitely am looking forward to playing Rebirth. Oh, not fast enough. To playing
Try to
Rebirth
stay in sync.
after I take a nice hiatus when I finish this game of playing Final Fantasy games. Alright, I was too soon on that one. Actually, I know, I'm... Wait, I... Fucking fingers.
All right, I think that did it.
Wonderful.
Okay, let's...
In reality, they shouldn't even be the ones doing this. They've got a friggin' muscular, well, somewhat muscular dude over there that can help, and he's just over here standing around. Like, you see the size of that thing he carries and he swings. So, like, pretty sure he and Tifa could have taken care of that easily. And to this day, it still bothers me that they, like, I get it. It's a game, but can someone explain to me the realistics of him swinging that sword is made of hollow aluminum? Exactly. Like, there's like, how is he swinging this thing and it seems to be so heavy, but he's the size that he is.
Okay then.
Like, you would think he'd be the size of Angel. If you know who that character is. I won't spoil anything for anyone who doesn't, I guess. But the where this sword comes from an appropriately sized human being. But then again, Sephiroth swings something that's twice the size of him, so... But that one kind of makes sense because it's not a giant, like, broadsword, so... I guess if you really think about it, the weight could be distributed in a way where... Now I'm getting too technical with this shit. It's a video game, I really don't care. But still, there is some aspect to it where I have to, like, think, like, who really thought this one through? Because, like, if anyone knows Berserk and Guts' sword, that makes sense. I'm blanking on any other medium where you got a guy that's carrying off this thing.
Sure is.
Yeah, you can. You can wave it off as saying that magic helps and it is a light alloy. But I think Angeal, without spoiling, made... maybe he didn't. I am going to play that game at some point. Possibly stream it. Crisis Core, the game that kind of takes place before the story of Final Fantasy VII, but also explains some of the events that occur in Final Fantasy VII and why they are the way they are, and is the introduction to some fan favorites. Zack Fair, one of my favorite characters, which people may have been introduced to him in Kingdom Hearts first, actually, if they didn't play Crisis Core, if they didn't play Final Fantasy, or like pay attention to the fact that his name was mentioned in the original game. But again, maybe not a lot of people that I haven't met a lot of people that played the original Final Fantasy VII, which is odd. But yeah, most of the stuff about Final Fantasy VII, the original title, is stuff that I've like read or from firsthand experience.
Come on!
Hey, we made it to chapter 11. Perfect. And where is my wife? Not in a, like, where the fuck's my wife way, but like, because I need to know where she is so that I know when to start cooking.
We ought to proceed as planned.
This is bullshit. What the hell are they thinking?
Threats to public order are to be summarily put down. This is what we've always done.
Summarily put down. Guess it's a little late to grow a conscience.
I mean, too late to grow a conscience, but if anyone has seen the chapter where he and Cloud had a fight, he almost got erased from continuity,
Don't worry,
so
we'll make it in time.
maybe life and death experience changed his outlook.
We could get lost in here.
This is the train graveyard, all right. A real treasure trove of scrap. Sector 7 should be just past that large maintenance facility over there. I vote we stay in the light so we can see where we're going.
Dark, dark everywhere.
That it?
Now, I will say, this chapter was odd that they decided to flesh this one out a little bit, but I guess it makes a little bit of sense with the new Whisper characters that they introduced.
Creepy. People don't come around here
But
often.
I'm getting ahead of
Not
myself.
just because of the monsters, but because of the stories.
What kind?
Everyone seems to think that the train graveyard is haunted. Those who lose their way out there in the dark of night will never, ever find their way back home again.
Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Sorry that the chat thing changed for a moment. I was trying to click on something
I
else.
mean, it's not like I think it's true or anything, but you know, it's just...
Then let's hurry.
You know what's crazy is that they did such a good job in the next one of how the characters looked that, well, they made Cloud look a little weirder to me if you look a little too close to him, but everybody else looks very well done, and yeah, that she does look hot in that. There's a picture that I took. If only I could bring up the photo mode pictures that I would have taken earlier. The three different dresses that they make the characters wear, I like just took pictures of them because they looked very beautiful. So and then my wife watches the game and she's like, she's fighting in that, and I was like, you want one of those? Because we can get you one. Directions, right? I have a map.
Leave this to me.
I don't think so.
That's that.
Tifa from Kingdom Hearts, when you actually got to see her in the 3D, because to be honest, I think I was too young when I played the first Final Fantasy to Set 7, better said, to like think of the characters in any other way that, and they were all polygons, so except for the like the animated scenes where they were like actually 3D models, but I'm pretty sure I was a kid then, so I wasn't. And for me, more of the characters that I got interest from were like anime characters, where I could actually see like the cartoon movement and stuff like that. Have you seen Laura Croft? Yes. Have you not seen the original Laura Croft? That was like, there were rumors of being able to do something to get Laura Croft's top off in the video game all over the friggin' world to this day. You can ask any Susio motherfucker from the 90s and 80s if they tried the whole thing where you basically get the little cheat whatever it is to get Laura Croft's top off in the PlayStation 1 game. Also, then what's it called? WrestleMania 2000 on like the Nintendo 64 had the WWF known then at the time, the wrestling, like the female wrestlers in there. Yeah, polygons were hot, but like I don't know, there were certain cartoonish things that just didn't, like I don't know, didn't hit. But now, like anime wise, we can and manga wise, we can go down a whole list. We could be here all day.
No turning back. All right. That's that. See ya. That's that.
If anyone, Cowboy Bebop, the character also actually the very first episode of Cowboy Bebop, there's a very, very, very lovely character that just like, you know. Well, we're not gonna get into all that right now. This ain't Susio Hour. The sun's still out.
Go on.
Let's do this. Enough.
Also, if anybody like watched Lupin the Third, that basically was like a perverse dream as a kid. But also, it was a good investigator show, cartoon, anime. Sorry, they all came out on Cartoon Network and like those channels when I was younger. So it took me a long time to realize that they were what they were and not just cartoons. So some of the ones that I refer to from very early 90s and 80s, I may sometimes slip up and refer to them as cartoons, but it's just because of the medium that we got them on over here at that age. And actually, what's even funnier is the medium that I got some of the anime that I watched weren't even on mediums where they showed normal cartoons. I remember first watching Dragon Ball Z in Spanish, actually Dragon Ball in Spanish, on a channel where my parents would watch news and soap operas.
You okay?
All good, I think.
We're gonna get an ad in 60 seconds.
Guys?
Seriously?
Come on, huh? Well, that's inviting.
All right, let's see what's inside.
Well, what do you think?
I'm game.
Huh?
But...
It'll be fine. We've got a bodyguard, don't forget. Mine. Right?
Ghosts aren't my thing.
You're just being modest. After you.
Mind letting me go then?
Every boy's dream. Actually, it is very awkward because I still to this day don't know what's supposed to be the canonical romance of this game. And without spoiling anything, with the way that the new remake series is going, I can't tell what they're trying to do with all these characters. Because in the original,
Found you.
it seems like
Hey,
they were
can we
only
talk?
building up a
Just for a bit?
somewhat of a romance between Aerith and Cloud because Cloud reminded Aerith of someone that she was in love with. And then there's a very big spoiler story reason to that, but I'm not going to get into it. And then Tifa and Cloud grew up together, so there was that, I guess, childhood connection, whatever. But the way that the original story went, and even with how the remake is going now, they're very vague about how they're handling this. Because also in the original continuity of the timeline, where we get to the movie that takes place after all the events, Advent Children,
That thing's dangerous.
Cloud technically lives with Tifa, or well, he was, but they still never cleared up anything there. And it's not because, like, oh, they have to clear up, they have to put these characters together or anything like that, but they clearly made obvious, subtle romance hints, and there's a whole date that you have at the Golden Saucer in the original game. So it's like, if they're gonna put it in there, like, why leave it very vague after a while? But up until they create the third one in the remake series, everything is basically left up to interpretation.
You okay?
Yeah.
Thanks, Cloud. You saved us.
Gonna need to find another way through. Focus.
Not gonna lie, this was my least favorite part of this game. Because in the original game, this didn't,
That's that.
if I maybe I'm recalling incorrectly, but this wasn't such a fleshed out section in the original game. Oh, because that's not creepy. But like I said, there's a somewhat of a reason in which they. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I feel like there was a reason that they fleshed out this chapter to do with the enemy that they introduced in this game. But still feels like one of those situations where it's just like, this chapter could have been skipped. Or just done as the brief boss battle that it was in the original game. That's it.
That's not fun, you know.
Guess the crane's up there.
Story-wise, it breaks up the pacing of the story in a very awkward way, that's why. On the upside, though, we may be able to complete 2 hours on stream today. I mean, 2 chapters on stream, not 2 hours. If I am able to get to the end of this chapter before the missus gets home and I have to take care of stuff.
It's not working. There's no power coming through.
I wonder if this is another prank. Some of us run around.
Alright.
I found you.
Why are you looking for ghosts in a goddamn... Like, come on, bro. Like... Hey, Mellow Man, thank you for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good one so far. We are running a little bit of Final Fantasy, continuing from where we left off in the story yesterday on Chapter 10, where we were dropped off in the sewers by Corneo, and we worked our way out of the sewers, and now we're in a ghost train yard, a graveyard, whatever you call it. This is Chapter 11 now, and yeah, just a bit of a short stream. I think I'm actually going to cut it if I can get to the next chapter before my wife gets home. If not, I'm just going to cut it at the next chapter anyways, cleanly, because it leaves for suspense to the next one. Because I think I know where this chapter ends, if I remember correctly. But yeah, thank you for stopping by, and I do hope that you are having a good week. Hope everybody's having a good week so far and getting ready for the weekend, because we are almost there. I'm on a permanent weekend for now, so I'm going to enjoy my permanent weekend until I can.
Do you think there's more in here?
Looks like...
Let's open the shortcut.
Aha! Found you.
Not a shortcut? Okay.
That's that.
And we were initially playing this playthrough on hard mode, but the thing is I realized that it's impossible to complete this game on hard mode unless you're like a god at this game or an extreme masochist, and I am neither. So we're just gonna finish this game on a normal difficulty and enjoy, just appreciate the experience that this game brings.
I'm pretty sure I saw a door on the other side of this place. I think our only choice might be to find another route.
I would love to see it, because I'm definitely not doing it. I had the inkling of an idea. Because when I went off stream yesterday, I lost my save progress. Don't know how. It's all back though. That's fine. I made up the progress time on my own time. However, I had the great idea that I'm taking too long finishing certain fights while I stream this game on hard mode. So I don't think I should be streaming this game on hard mode. I think I should be just playing this game normally and like do the hard mode thing on my own time. So I thought, you know, I'm just hanging out. Like, I woke up in the middle of the night yesterday, just hanging out for a bit, and I thought, let me just load this game up and play it. Just maybe complete like the last chapter on hard mode. And to be honest, I really would love to see that, because I wanted to try this challenge out myself. I can't do it. I'm respectfully bowing out and accepting the fact that I'm not going to platinum this game on PlayStation because of that. And mainly also because Chapter 18, the final chapter of this game, has you start off with a boss fight in which you fight 3 giant creatures at the same time. After an hour of swinging with all 3 characters in the party, and not just 2 or 1, but all 3, with all of their items and all of their abilities maxed out, I only did about like a smidge of health damage on them. And so after realizing that I don't have a way to get my MP back, I don't have a way to get my health back without taking out my magic resource, I don't have a way to use items, I'm not doing this. I actually have played Spider-Man on Ultimate. All 3 of them actually, the Miles Morales, the first Insomniac one, and the second one. The thing about this game in hard mode is that you're not allowed to use your items. You're not allowed to use these in or out of battle. This bench here in hard mode doesn't heal your MP like it does in normal mode. So when you start a chapter in hard mode, you have your MP, your spells, whatever material you have, and those kinds of things to roll with. And I will say for the first 9 chapters, and maybe all the way up until, yeah, yeah, you can't use your items. Your MP doesn't recover on its own like it should, and you're limited to the spells and abilities that the materia give you. No materia gives you an ability to recover your magic. Only Aerith has a natural ability to do that. Only certain weapons allow you to build up magic as you walk around in battle, and only in battle. And then the thing is, because of that, you have to then find a way to manage resources, find a way to balance damage between physical to magic damage, and you're no longer focusing on physical damage, you're focusing on pressure damage, which is a different gauge than health, and you're focusing on having your magic be the main resource you use. But again, it becomes a very big challenge of its own, harder than playing a Dark Souls game from my experience. So I gracefully bowed out and decided not to do it. I may actually have to end the stream here before the boss fight and leave the boss fight for the continuation of this, because my wife didn't let me know she was home until just now. And I didn't hear the door, so I have to go cook. Yeah. And yeah, no, I'm sorry, but to be honest, I'd rather go cook. So thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. We're gonna leave the boss fight for this chapter for the next time. We let me fix the messy. I left something messy downstairs. I probably did. There's a good chance I did. There's a pretty good chance I did something that I left a mess downstairs. Oh well. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for hanging out. I'm gonna see who I can drop you off with very briefly. First person on my list was Anne, so you're going to Anne. You're all going to Anne. Say hello to Anne for me. Go hang out with them. Show them all the love. And you'd like to have your words stricken from the record. You know what the thing is I thought I could take the challenge on with my chest out and everything. I was like, I'm gonna play this on hard mode, I'm gonna fucking crush this thing. And then I'm like, you know what, it's taking too long to do on stream, I'm gonna crush this thing on my own time. And yeah, I've never been humbled so quickly. But yeah, thank you all for dropping by, and thank you all for being here. Really appreciate you all. Gonna drop you off with Anne as soon as I figure out how to click these buttons properly. We are dropping you off with Anne Forgetful, who is playing X Defiant. You all say hello, you all hang out. I'm gonna raid and run basically, so someone just let them know I said hello. I'll probably say it very quickly when I type it out. But yeah, thank you all for being here. Really appreciate you all. Have a good one. We'll probably catch you tonight for our regular time after midnight, maybe. I'm not making any promises though. Alright, we got you guys